Nagi is an ugly nerd who does nothing but study. One day, his parents told him that he was swapped with a baby girl after birth and now he has to marry her. With that, both the arranged marriage candidates are forced to live together in a separate house in order to make their relationship better. Nagi just woke up and is cooking breakfast. His parents are going out and tell him to join them as soon as possible. Turns out, Nagi was switched with another baby after birth and his stepparents are going to meet his real ones. His stepsister becomes emotional after hearing that the geek might betray her and stay with his real parents from now on. However, Nagi comforts her and reassures her that he will be staying with her no matter what. On his way to meet up with his real parents, he comes across a girl who is about to jump off a pedestrian bridge. Nagi panics and tries to save her, however, takes full advantage of the situation and manages to touch some talents. After receiving a slap, the girl explains that she was trying to record a video. Her reasons are that she needs to create some sort of drama as her parents are trying to marry her to some weirdo. The girl introduces herself as Erica, which makes Nagi realize that she is a popular influencer on social media. Suddenly, a light bulb flashes in Erica's mind and she suggests Nagi act as her boyfriend so her parents can't force her to marry. Nagi rejects the idea and starts to walk away, but she shows him a video of him doing some questionable stuff. He freaks out after seeing that video and agrees to assist her. Afterward, Erica tries to take a picture with him to say it to her parents. However, his ugly face keeps on messing up things. Erica takes him shopping to change his nerdy look. After trying a bunch of options, Erica likes the delinquent ones the most and ends up buying everything she likes. Nagi, who saw this much amount of money for the first time, is confused, but everything falls in place after Erica tells him that her family are hotel owners. In the end, all the pictures they tried to take were bad and Erica decides to use the one which looks the most natural. She sends it to her dad, but he doesn't buy it and tells her to come home. Soon after, a couple of cultured boys arrive and start to confront Erica. They think that the loser standing next to her is her boyfriend. Erica tells Nagi that they have been stalking her and have been a nuisance. After hearing that Nagi is her so-called boyfriend, one of the boys loses his mind and tries to punch Nagi. Surprisingly, he is trained well and punches the other guy instead. This gives Erica an excellent idea to punch her fiancé and make him lose all interest in her. Afterward, a car comes to pick her up and after saying her goodbyes, she leaves. Meanwhile, Nagi heads to meet his real parents. After getting to know them a little, both his real parents and his stepparents suggest marrying their stepchildren, which will make them a complete family and the baby switching thing won't be a problem anymore. Afterward, the girl he got switched by arrives as well, and to his shock, it is Erica. He is in disbelief after seeing her while Erica keeps her promise to punch her fiancé. The next day, Nagi is walking to school when a girl bumps into him. Apparently, it is the class topper, so he challenges her to beat him in the next exam. Turns out, the girl is his crush and his nerd mind thinks that beating her in test scores will make her fall in love with him. The next day, his parents tell him that Erica will be visiting their house. After hearing that she is the one who wanted to visit their house, his delusional brain starts thinking that the super pretty girl must have fallen for him. He starts cleaning the house to make a good impression. Later, he opens the gate to go out and witnesses Erica sitting outside his apartment. He invites her inside, but she seems confused. After Nagi gives her the complete tour of the house, she thinks that he is showing off his shed and wants him to show her his real house. Afterward, Erica takes him to her house and teaches him what a real house looks like. Nagi is surprised to see her house and especially her dog's house, which seems to be bigger than his own. Later, Erica tells him that she wants to call off this marriage as she wants to marry someone of her own choice. This makes Nagi realize that she didn't want to visit his house because she likes him but to break off the engagement. Afterward, he takes her to meet his parents so she can talk to them directly. They both sit on a table and his mind start running wild, thinking that his delinquent parents and his hot fiancé might end up fighting each other. Later, his parents serve her some ginger pork and start inspecting her looks, comparing Erica to her stepsister, Sanchai. Nagi starts to panic as he realizes that his parents might be annoying her, and she can explode at any moment. However, she simply gets up and leaves the restaurant. He follows Erica like a creep and finally manages to catch up with her. She starts crying and telling him that she wasn't able to tell them to break off their engagement. Surprisingly, she really liked her real parents and how they were so welcoming. She didn't want to hurt their feelings. Nagi informs her that his parents, being former delinquents, don't care about these kinds of things and he manages to take her back to the restaurant. Nagi's parents, who are worried, hug her after he comes back and serves them yummy food. After dinner, they invite her to stay the night and have a good time with Nagi, but she declines and asks Nagi to walk her home. On her way back, she tells him that she was able to become closer to her real parents, which makes her really glad. Erica also notices him acting a little differently around her and asks her the reason. This makes him realize that for some reason, it has become harder for him to call off the engagement. Their conversation is interrupted by Erica's father, who pulls up in a fancy car and asks Erica regarding her date. He also mentions that he is aware of the fact that they faked their relationship. Later, he offers to drop Nagi home but takes the two of them somewhere else. It is a huge mansion. While the two of them are trying to figure out what is going on, he informs them that they both will be spending 2 weeks here to strengthen their relationship. They both go inside the house, and the loser is surprised to see how big the house is from inside. After realizing that there is nothing they can do about this situation, Erica tells him that it is better if they set some rules and don't get involved with each other's business. After she leaves, Nagi goes to check out his room and realizes that he can be a full-fledged nerd in this house. As there won't be anyone to disturb him, the chances of beating Hiro in the next test increase exponentially. The next day, he hears Erica screaming and rushes to the washroom. Erica tells him to get rid of the lizard, but he chickens out and can't even handle a small lizard. In the end, Erica manages it on her own. After eating breakfast, he mocks Erica for only using her smartphone to take pictures and tries to study using his phone, just to realize that he left his charger at home and the phone is out of battery. Afterward, he eavesdrops and hears Erica wanting to throw away her study material. The loser begs her to give it to him instead. She agrees only if he helps her take pictures. Later, while he is taking her photos, his mind starts to wander and stare at things he shouldn't. Eventually, Erica gets bored of taking pictures inside and wants to shoot more in the garden. The weirdo starts spraying her with water and takes a picture concurrently. Surprisingly, the picture comes out really good, and with this, his photography duties are over. Erica doesn't let this slide and soaks him with water as well. Afterward, Erica asks him the reason behind his intense study sessions, and he replies that he wants to study hard and provide a comfortable life for his parents. She also tells him that the reason she tries to get popular is so she can contact someone she really wants to meet. During dinner, Erica tells him about the supplies his parents left, making him realize that he spent his whole day taking pictures for nothing. The next day, everyone starts talking about him for challenging Hiro. He opens his locker and a letter from Hiro comes out. She wants to meet him on the rooftop. The loner instantly thinks that she might want to confess her feelings and can't wait. During break time, a lot of boys approach him, and some of them are betting on him as the odds are very low, while the others are mocking him for challenging Hiro. Later in class, the teacher reveals that Nagi came first in the post-break tests and congratulates him. Nagi is shocked that he actually secured the victory against Hiro. After school, he goes to the rooftop and Hiro arrives as well. His delusional thoughts are running wild, and he is ready, thinking that she will confess to him any second. However, there was no confession as expected. Hiro tells him that she is better at everything than him and she will never lose to him ever again. After she leaves, the geek is even more pumped to beat her in the upcoming tests. After reaching home, he realizes that he has caught a fever. While studying, he faints and falls to the ground. Luckily, Erica helps him and brings him to her own room. She advises him to keep everything in balance as he will never rank first like this. Erica mentions that she is impressed by how hard he works, which comes as a surprise as everyone always makes fun of him for being a lifeless geek. The next day, Nagi went to school and witnessed everyone cheering Hiro up after her defeat. However, no one praises him except for some nerds or students who bet on him. He finds another letter in his locker, and it is from Hiro as well. He goes to the rooftop to meet up with her. Hiro asks him the reason he is so desperate to come first. He eventually decides to tell her the truth and asks her to go out with him. However, the poor guy gets rejected instantly. Hiro tells him that she is already engaged, and it is impossible for her to date anyone. After coming home, Nagi is imagining saving Hiro from his evil fiancé, and Erica walks in on him. She tells him that it is their last day of living together and expresses her relief at getting rid of the loser. On his way home, Nagi is excited to finally meet his family after a long time, but after arriving at his house, he finds out that no one is home. His mother informs him that there are some sort of plumbing problems, and he will have to stay in the mansion for a little longer. Later, Nagi gets permission from Erica's father to stay in that house for a little longer. However, he arrives at the mansion and notices Erica sitting on the couch. Erica is enraged after the loser returns and informs him that she decided to live alone for a little longer so she can become independent. The next day, Nagi informs Erica that her little sister, Sachai, will be visiting them to drop off some supplies. After a while, she arrives, and Erica is tensed up. Nagi tries to step up in this situation and takes Sachai to show her his room. Sachai is surprised to see such a huge room. Nagi asks her the reason behind her nervousness, and she replies that Erica is a famous influencer, and having someone as popular as her makes her nervous. Afterward, in order to help the two become more comfortable with each other, he decides to cook food with the two of them. However, it didn't go as well as he expected. While Erica is struggling to cut a lettuce, Sachai gets startled by the sound of garbage disposal. After going through several unforeseen circumstances, Nagi is finally able to cook some food. They both eat and enjoy it with the same expression, which makes Nagi comment on their similarities. This makes them lose the tension between them, and Erika ends up inviting Sachi to her room. She makes Sachi try a lot of her dresses and advises her to dress up more as they look good on her. Erika ends up giving the dress to her as a present. Later, she also tells Sachi that they have no interest in being engaged. This surprises Sachi as she thinks that her cultured brother is having the time of his life living with a pretty girl. Sachi shows her dress to Nagi, but ends up beating him due to his vague reaction. Afterward, Nagi takes a photo of the two sisters with a swollen face. On another day, Erika wakes up and notices Nagi lying on the couch, looking like a hopeless old man. He doesn't want to go to school, but Erika forces him anyway. After hearing about Hiro's engagement, he didn't have the confidence to face her at school. Nagi starts to think that Hiro might never want to talk to him again, which almost makes him puke on the train, terrifying the people around him. After reaching school, he visits the library to study a little and finds Hiro. She requests to study together until school starts, and the desperate lad agrees. He starts to get nervous during their conversation and starts asking weird questions. He can't take the pressure anymore and tries to take a bathroom break, but ends up falling on the ground like a complete idiot. Hiro notices that Nagi has a stamp book and showcases hers as well. She lets him know about her stamp collecting hobby, which makes him realize how passionate she is about it. Afterward, during class, the teacher introduces a new student, and it is none other than Erika. Nagi freaks out after seeing her in his class, while all the boys show their gratitude to the school for putting her in their class. Later, Nagi questions her about joining his school, and she tells him that some girls from her school saw the picture of them she accidentally uploaded, which ended up being the result of her expulsion. Everyone is nervous to talk to Erika, but Hiro makes the first move and offers to show her around. Naga's thoughts run wild, and she thinks that Hiro might tell her about his creepy proposal. He then decides to follow them around the school like a desperate stalker. During the break, the other nerds catch him off guard and treat a fellow nerd to lunch. He even starts to listen to their conversation outside the girls' dressing room, but manages to escape before getting caught. During gym class, he tries to talk to Erika but ends up getting completely kicked by a loose basketball. As they are about to leave school, he tries to talk to her but realizes that she hasn't had friends till now and Hiro might be her first one. Unexpectedly, Hiro starts crying, making Nagi think that Erika must have said something mean to his crush. He tries to take Erika's side and clear the misunderstanding, but the only reason Hiro is crying is because she is a big fan and can't control her emotions anymore. Erika later thanks the loser for taking her side. On their way back, Erika mentions that she is not very good at studying, which makes Hiro offer Erika her and Naga's help in studying. With this, Erika is invited to their morning study sessions, completely ruining Naga's plan to have some alone time with Hiro every morning. Later, Nagi tells Erika about his confession, and she loses her mind. Erika promises to get him back on track and help him progress even after getting rejected. The next morning, they leave for school together but remember that they need to go separately to avoid any rumors. Hiro meets up with them at the gate and all three of them visit the library to study together. During their study session, Erika leaves for a bit and returns dressed as a love angel. She tries to be a wingman and starts to mention all of Naga's good qualities, but none of them are effective. In the end, Erika gives up and tells him that a loser like Nagi has no chance with someone like Hiro. Afterward, Hiro starts teaching Erika, but her rotten brain does not have the ability to grasp anything she explains. Nagi mocks and tells Erika that she needs to be serious if she wants to improve. Erika gets mad and they both start to argue with each other. Hiro notices them go at each other and comes to the conclusion that they are very close to each other. In the end, she decides to visit Erika's house and become a closer friend as well. Luckily, Erika takes Hiro to her real house, which gives Nagi the whole house to himself. The weirdo goes commando and starts doing his daily chores. Suddenly, he hears Erika and Hiro entering the house and starts running around with a hanging sausage. Erika messages him that her other house is being renovated, and they need to make sure Hiro doesn't find out. Erika distracts Hiro while Nagi runs around the house, hiding everything he owns. They are in the garden, which gives Nagi the chance to take his belongings upstairs, but the clumsy idiot falls midway. Hiro hears the voice and tries to look behind her, but Erika saves the day by pushing her into the pool. Both of them go to take a shower. Meanwhile, the creeps from before manage to enter their house, which they found after looking at her photos. However, Nagi catches them off guard and makes them go away. Later, as Hiro is about to leave, she notices Naga's stamp book on the shelf, but Erika manages to make an excuse, saving them from trouble. The next day, Hiro invites the two of them to her house, which apparently is a shrine. Hiro personally gives him the stamp of the shrine, which makes the nerd's day. Later, all of them start studying but are interrupted by Hiro's mother, who comes to introduce herself. She gives Erika an expensive-looking cake while Nagi only receives a little candy and some cold stares from her mom. Soon after, Erika leaves to go to the bathroom and Hiro asks Nagi not to tell Erika about her engagement as she doesn't want to burden her. However, she is alright with burdening the sore loser. Erika returns wearing the dress of a shrine maiden. Nagi also realizes that it is better if Erika doesn't know about it. Nagi comes home and can't stop thinking about why Hiro told him about her fiancé and not Erika. Later, Erika arrives and tells him about the school field trip. However, she won't be going with them due to her popularity and how it can be dangerous for her. This gives Nagi a chance to make a group with Hiro. The next day, he asks Hiro about it, and she agrees to be in his group. He still can't believe that Hiro agrees to form a group with him and starts thinking about how they will spend their time with each other when in reality all Hiro wants to do is to collect shrine stamps. They are about to go home, but it is raining. Nagi thinks about the umbrella sharing cliché, but unfortunately, she has her own umbrella. On their way home, Nagi asks her about the confession and if she would still date him. However, she tells him that she is being forced by her parents. In the end, Hiro asks Nagi to change her fate if he can. After hearing this sentence, Nagi loses his mind and starts studying like a maniac at home, learning the formulas to change her faith. Erika comes into his room and tells him to shut the hell up. Afterward, she asks him about a guy who forcefully convinced the teacher to join their group. Eventually, Erika decides to go on the field trip as well, so the new guy doesn't disrupt Naga's date plans. The next day, everyone is gathered for the field trip. The new guy, Shin, asks to talk to Nagi in private. Apparently, he has a crush on Erika and wants Nagi to let him have her. Later, Erika makes Shin his photographer while Hiro goes to collect shrine stamps with the loser. Nagi keeps on watching their every move and the jealousy keeps on increasing. In the end, he ruins his date and tells Erika and Shin to stay with them. Nagi and Hiro are eating together while Erika and Shin are on a separate table. The creep keeps on looking at them to make sure that guy is not doing anything weird with his fiancée. Hiro realizes that he is keeping an eye on her, but he makes an excuse. Later at the beach, Erika writes friends on the sand and asks Nagi to take a picture. However, Erika tells him that she looks like a loner in the picture. She tries to take a picture with him and ends up taking an accidental one. She tells Nagi that he takes the best photos, which ends up making the nerd blush. Later, Nagi asks her about the person she wants to meet, but she tells him that it might be better for him not to know as it can change his fate. After coming home, he still can't get what Erika said out of his mind. Soon after, Sachai visits and is sad to hear that Erika is not at home. His weird behavior makes Sachai think that he had a fight with her, but he refuses to tell her. Sachai uses her wrestling moves to make him spit it out. Afterward, he asks her about home and how her studies are going. He starts preparing dinner, but Sachai leaves and goes back home. She starts to pack her stuff and returns back to Naga's and Erika's place. Her mom calls Nagi and tells him about how Sachai left home. She then asks him to convince her to come back as their dad keeps on bawling. Afterward, Nagi puts on his tough act and tells her to leave as this house is for him and his fiancée. After fighting for a while, Nagi agrees and lets her stay. He offers his room to her, but she declines as the idea of sleeping with a creep terrifies her. This makes them fight again and she ends up going to Erika's room to study. Erika asks her the reason she decided to leave home and Sachai replies that Nagi might get married soon and she wants to stay and spend as much time with him as possible. Nagi hears everything and tells his parents to let Sachai stay with him. The next morning, Sachai wakes up early and makes breakfast for everyone while Nagi is sound asleep. Afterward, they all go out to shop for supplies. Everyone around them keeps talking about how cute the girls are while no one pays any mind to the loser following them. Erika asks Sachai how many times she has been hit on and Nagi gets surprised after hearing that she has lost count. This makes Nagi realize that all the popular boys only talk to him because of his sister. Later, they visit a craft shop and Erika makes Nagi pay. After spending his lifelong savings, he exits the store but can't seem to find the two of them anywhere. At a distance, he hears a crowd gathered around something and talking about two girls. He thinks that something bad might have happened and runs through the crowd announcing that the girls are his finance and sister. Luckily, they are just enjoying some dessert and the crowd is gathered to praise their beauty. Everyone starts to wonder how a failure like him ended up with two beautiful girls. After reaching home, they all painted the photo board they purchased and took poses for a photo to stick on. Nagi sets the timer wrong and messes up his already ugly face in the picture. After Sachai goes to sleep, Erika also returns to her room after taking a bath and Nagi stops her midway. He tells her that she needs to tell him everything she said at the beach later as he might not be ready to hear it right now. However, Erika ends up laughing at his mindless yapping but agrees with his request. Sachai comes out after taking a shower and notices a text message on Nagi from Hiro asking him on a date. The next morning, Erika comes out of her room and sees Nagi sitting on the couch and trying to act cool. He reaches the meetup point and is waiting for Hiro to arrive. She soon arrives and gets surprised seeing her in casual clothes for the first time. He thought that they would be going to collect stamps, but in reality, she takes him to an amusement park. She purchases a couple of passes to save money, but the nerd freaks out of excitement after hearing the word couple. After taking a few rides, Nagi is already worn out. After eating some food, Hiro takes him to a mirror maze. He comes across Hiro in the maze and accidentally kisses her. However, it is just a reflection in the mirror and the idiot starts apologizing to her reflection. Meanwhile, at home, Sachi is frustrated since her ugly brother went on a date. She goes to the batting center to release some frustration. Erika also gives it a shot but ends up not hitting even one ball. After miserably failing at the batting center, they head to the bathing center. After some trial and error, Erika finally manages to find the perfect temperature to take a bath in. The two of them are talking about how they should value their precious moments as they have no idea when they might be gone forever. Meanwhile, Nagi finally finishes talking all the rides several times and is looking like a corpse. After Hiro leaves, he remembers how she called him cute instead of hot, which frustrates him. After he comes home, he realizes that Sachi might not be in the best mood and her actions start giving him creeps. At 3 a.m., someone rings their doorbell, and Nagi goes to the door with a broom in hand, just to find out that it is his dad, who wants to go fishing. This time, Erika and Sachi also decide to join the old man. While the two of them are enjoying the ocean, the loser is seasick and lying on the floor. Erika manages to catch a fish, and their dad takes a photo of her. Afterward, the old guy challenges whoever catches the biggest fish to get 1,000 yen in reward. Nagi remembers all the pathetic times when he got seasick and decided to step up his game. He confidently handles the fishing rod, ready to win that 1,000 yen. However, he ends up catching something that shouldn't even be called a fish. In the end, their dad is the one who wins, and the cheapskate keeps the money himself. On their way back, both of them have a sentimental talk and decide to go fishing together sometime soon as well. Nagi's mom calls Erika to apologize for forcing her to go fishing, but Erika tells her that she also enjoyed going with them, and in conclusion, it was a fun day for her. Erika goes out to spend the day with her mom, which reminds Sachi that today is Mother's Day. She asks Nagi to go shopping with her so they can buy something for their mom. After reaching the shopping mall, he realizes that this might be the first time he went out with Sachi, as he always used to reject the poor girl's invitations. All the people around her are surprised to see such a loser with a pretty girl. Both of them don't have any idea what to buy for their mom. After brainstorming for a while, they reach the conclusion that an apron might be the best choice. After making the purchase, they deliver it to their home and run away. Their dad starts brawling after seeing how their thoughtful kids bought one for him as well. Erika's mother calls her husband to tell him about how Erika has been enjoying herself lately, which makes him want to visit her. Meanwhile, Erika was making cup noodles for the first time when suddenly she received a message from her dad regarding his arrival. She quickly grabs Nagi and gets the hell away from home. She takes the nerd to the bookstore where he starts recommending her study-related book, but she declines his offer. Finally, he asks her the reason she is avoiding going home, and Erika replies that it is because her dad will be visiting. On the other hand, Sachi returns home and sees Sachi's dad sitting on the couch. There is silence for a few seconds, and then Sachi screams that a burglar is breaking into their house. After finding out who that guy really is, she serves him tea and apologizes. Sachi tries to contact Nagi, but he also leaves his phone at home. Erika tells Nagi that she wants to avoid her dad as he always forces her to do things she doesn't want to. According to her, he might have come to take her back home, but she wants to be independent and live on her own a little. This makes Nagi use his stingy brain, and he comes up with an idea to pass the time. Meanwhile, Erika's dad takes Sachi to dinner. All the workers are concerned about seeing an old man with a middle school girl. He asks Sachi about Nagi and Erika and how they look together. Meanwhile, Erika and Nagi are sliding down the grass slope using cardboard. Nagi, as always, is a wimp and is scared to do something even this basic. Sachi tells Erika's dad that both of them are opposite and are always fighting over small things, but that is what makes them so compatible with each other. He is glad to hear her perspective and drops her home afterward. Sachi also receives a present from him. After reaching his office, he goes to his room and looks at a picture frame, where surprisingly Nagi is present with the other family members, including Erika. Sachi is helping at the family restaurant but decides to leave as she has to watch a drama. Erika and Nagi are at home and suddenly the power goes out. Both of them are in total darkness, and Erika thinks that this might be an attack from aliens. But Nagi tells her that a power cut down is normal for a poor fellow like him. They try to use Nagi's phone flashlight, but the battery runs out and soon Erika's phone also turns off. The only option left is to use the candle Erika has in her room. While sitting around the candlelight, Erika tells Nagi that she has been having a lot of fun since she started living with them. Suddenly, Erika realizes that there might be an emergency kit for situations like this, and Nagi goes to pick it up. On his way, he bumps into someone and somehow ends up kissing her. The creep didn't even leave her sister alone. Initially, he thought that it was Erika, but later found out that it was his sister. He tells him to forget about it and move on, while Sachai couldn't forget what happened. The next morning, Sachai goes to school and all the girls talk about the drama she missed last night. Coincidentally, the nerd created the drama's plot in real life last night. Afterward, Nagi cooks dinner and calls Sachai to come out of her room, but she doesn't respond. He tells the whole scenario to Erika. She makes the idiot realize that what happened might be taking a toll on her and that he needs to apologize, as Sachai is not a kid anymore. He tried to go to her room but couldn't gather up the courage to talk to her. The next day, Erika decided not to take the morning study sessions as the situation at home was very awkward between the two siblings. Nagi kept on thinking about what happened and couldn't focus his mind on study. Hiro notices his weird behavior and inquires about it. She promises to help and listen to his problems. Being a shrine maiden, he tells Hiro that he isn't considerate towards human emotions, which made him hurt someone unintentionally. Hiro replies that what he said is true, as the geek can't take her rejection for an answer and keeps on simping for her. In the end, she advises Nagi to freely speak her mind and tell that person the things that are inside his heart. He follows her advice, and after reaching home, Nagi goes to her room and apologizes for not treating her like a grown-up. Sachai ends up forgiving him and starts to treat him normally again. Erika is glad that the two siblings are made up. Before going to sleep, she requests Sachai to keep the sleep talking to a minimum. Nagi and Erika leave for school, and on their way, he apologizes to her for keeping things awkward in the house. Erika tells him to help her with shopping if he wants his apology to be accepted, but he declines her request as he has something important to do after school. The important thing is inviting the Shrine Maiden to a study session after school. His nerdy brain decides to take Hiro to a public library and later realizes that they can't even talk there. Both of them started passing papers to each other and talking to each other using this method. All they did was mess around, and Nagi ended up not studying much. Afterward, Hiro takes Nagi to a gym where she tells him about her kickboxing interests. He starts to help her with her kicks, but his eyes keep wandering and landing at the wrong spots. A single kick by Hiro is enough to make the loser go flying and crash into the shelf. Nagi tries to box as well, and his punch makes the boxing bag swing, impressing Hiro. Coincidentally, Erika is passing by the gym and sees the nerd enjoying his time after rejecting her request to go shopping. The next day, Erika forces Nagi to go out on a date with her. She first takes him shopping and buys some odd-looking clothes for him. The next place she takes him is the pet shop, where a giant snake envelops his body, making the wimp piss his pants. After being traumatized, they run together in the park. At this point, Nagi is not even sure if it's a date or a punishment. Nagi tries to confront her about it, which makes her ask about his date with Hiro. Watching the expression on her face makes Nagi realize that Erika is jealous and that she might be in love with him. Erika freaks out after hearing it and tells him that she doesn't love him yet. She leaves and returns home all pissed off. Meanwhile, Nagi decides to visit his old house and his parents' secret box. The weirdo decides to take a look inside and finds several love letters that his dad gave to his mom. His dad catches him going through his stuff, and Nagi mocks him for writing embarrassing letters. After listening to her parents' love story, his dad advises him to close his eyes and think about the girl he wants to marry in order to get a better understanding of his mind. The cultured guy ends up imagining all three of them. His dad thinks that he only has Erika in his mind and motivates him, but little does he know the true nature of his son. Later, Erika is in her room, and she receives a text from Nagi telling her that he doesn't like her yet. It's the day of the exams. Everyone is excited for the face-off, and people have started betting on Nagi. However, he can't stop thinking about what happened last night, and he ends up imagining all three girls. These thoughts kept on disturbing him during the test. The exams ended, and both the girls asked Nagi to celebrate and make something sweet for them. He is surprised to see Erika act normal after technically confessing to him. The next morning, Hiro tells Nagi that he looked weird during the exams, as if his mind was somewhere else. During class, the teacher handed out the result, and after seeing his result, Nagi's eyes popped out. He ranked 13th this time, while Hiro got first place. He comes home and looks like he has given up on life. Sachai looks confused and asks Erika about it, and after listening to how her brother has fallen, she is also surprised. Afterward, Nagi realizes that all he has been doing is going out and having fun instead of study. Erika barges into his room and asks for food. Nagi tells her that it's not his problem and further informs Erika that he is worthless if he doesn't take the top spot. Erika, however, tells him that no matter what rank he places, he still remains as valuable as ever. This statement makes the nerd smile, and he returns to his normal self. The next morning, Nagi wakes up and takes a shower, motivated to turn his life around. The moment he steps out of the shower, he finds Erika standing in front of him and staring somewhere she shouldn't be. After this awkward moment, he returns to school and notices that Hiro hasn't arrived. Erika starts slacking off and Nagi scolds her and tells her to study. They both start fighting and Hiro, who got there a little late, watches them fight and decides to leave them alone. However, later he realizes that Hiro has been ignoring the loser. Afterward, he opens his locker and finds a note from Hiro telling him to meet her after school. Nagi tells Erika everything that has been going on and she tells him that Hiro sees him as a rival. After school, he meets up with Hiro and tells her that his grades dropped due to some personal problems and promises her that he will surely improve and overcome this failure. She tells him that he definitely looked down yesterday, but he was normal this morning, which made her realize that Erika must be behind his sudden mood improvement. This made her sad as she thought she was the only one who could make him happy. After reaching home, the nerd returns to his normal self and starts studying like a maniac. Erika asks him to help her study. He initially declines, but she informs him that her dad will be making her leave the house if she fails the upcoming tests. Nagi decides to help her study, and soon after they begin their first session, Erika shows him her marked sheet. Seeing how she ranked 242, Nagi knows how hard he has to work. The first subject is mathematics. Erika doesn't even understand what pi is, which makes Nagi switch to a different subject to make things easier. However, her every subject is as bad as they can get. Finally, Nagi gives up and they both get into a fight, making Erika leave his room. Later, Nagi realizes that if Erika leaves this house, both of them will have to do the same, but he puts this on fate as there is nothing he can do in this situation. He notices Sachai still sitting on the couch instead of sleeping, and Sachai tells him that Erika has been studying hard and she doesn't want to disturb her. He realizes how Erika has always been helping her out and barges into her room uninvited. He tells her that he will be helping her study. The Rizzler tells her that he is doing this because her problems are his problems as well. Finally, the day arrives when Erika is getting to know her results. Nagi decides to go with her to find out, and after hearing that she passed, both of them celebrate. At home, Nagi makes some delicious food for them in order to celebrate her passing the test. Later, Sachai tells Erika about the festival that will be soon taking place. Apparently, Nagi's parents put their yakisoba stall at the festival. Their parents step away for a while and the two of them watch over the shop. Sachai tells Nagi that he will be allowed to do whatever he wants once he fulfills his quota. Out of nowhere, Hiro arrives and greets Nagi. He introduces Sachai to Hiro. However, Sachai realizes that she is the girl Nagi went on a date with and doesn't respond to her greeting. Before leaving, Hiro invites Nagi to walk around the festival with her after he is done with his work. A creepy smile appears on his face, and he instantly agrees. Later, Sachai confronts him for simping over another girl even though he already has a fiancé. It is nighttime. Their shop sold out all the yakisoba and now all of them get to do whatever they want. Sachai comes out of their house all dressed up and runs into Erika. Both of them are wearing yukatas and hanging out around the festival. Coincidentally, Erika also ends up bumping into Hiro and she introduces Sachai as her sister to Hiro. Hiro looks confused after hearing both Nagi and Erika call Sachai their sister. Erika brings Nagi to the festival and he has to spend some time with her as Hiro is busy helping her parents. Nagi is excited to spend some money he got after working at the shop. Erika tries to use her card while making purchases from the stalls, but they refuse to accept her card. Erika asks Nagi to lend her some money. The poor guy witnesses his money going down the drain. The first game Erika plays is a goldfish hunt, but after having little to no success, she shifts her attention to the lottery game. She ends up winning a goofy-looking mustache. This makes her angry and her eyes are now set on the first prize. Nagi grabs and takes her away from the stall. He gives her a mask so people don't recognize her. Later, Nagi leaves Erika to buy some food and runs into Sachai and her friends. Her friends start making fun of her nerd-looking brother, which ends up making Sachai angry at them. Nagi takes the food he bought from the stall to Erika. Suddenly, the three creepy stalkers return, and this time they brought an even stronger dude with them. Nagi decides to run with Erika as fighting them would cause commotion. They finally run far enough to lose the stalkers. Erika tells Nagi that this is one of the best summers she has experienced, even though she mostly spends them in foreign countries. Their conversation is interrupted by fireworks. Finally, Hiro catches on with the two of them, and the first question she asks is why they both call Sachai their sister. Not knowing how to answer her, Erika grabbed Naga's hand and ran away. Afterward, Nagi decided that it was time to tell Hiro the truth as they couldn't hide it anymore. Erika looks concerned as Hiro is the one Nagi likes. However, Nagi is confident that her views won't change because of something this little. Afterward, they both tell her the truth and are shocked after hearing it. Hiro also decides to tell Erika about her engagement. Hiro gives the idea of naming their group Engaged Alliance. On their way home, they all start talking about Sachai. Hiro tells them that she needs a sister like Sachai as well, making the two of them possessive. Soon after, Erika realizes that she promised to buy Sachai a gift from the festival and ditches the two of them. Later, Hiro also walks her own way. and just as Nagi is about to head home, she grabs him from behind and tells him to not keep any more secrets between them. Unexpectedly, Sachai saw them and was shocked. Later at home, Erika realizes that she has bought a little too many gifts for her. She later asks Sachai if Nagi has returned, and she tells him that the loser is taking a shower, all excited due to what happened earlier. Sachai still looks pissed and asks Erika what kind of girl Hiro is. Both the sisters are on a secret mission to stalk Hiro and find out more about her. They see her find money from the ground but end up giving it to the police. A boy starts flirting with her but gets rejected. She leaves a kitty on her own but brings it to someone who can adopt it. Sachai is out of ideas to extract flaws. Erika realizes that they look more like stalkers than detectives. She starts to praise Hiro, which makes Sachai angry. At home, Sachai confronts Nagi about Hiro and how she is a perfect human. Nagi asks her how she knows this much about her. Sachai freaks out, and having no reply to his question, she beats the loser up. Afterward, Sachai tells him that she will be joining his high school, as well as it is hard to rely on a creep to take care of their parents alone. His school is offering an open campus tour and Sachai will be taking part in it. The next day, Sachai goes to their school and is waiting for the person responsible for showing her around. A lot of cultured boys are gathered around her while Erika and Nagi are also keeping an eye. The guide finally arrives, and it is none other than Hiro. Nagi loses it after seeing her and becomes anxious about Sachai telling her all his bad habits. Hiro first shows her the library and then the schoolyard. After the school tour is finished, Sachai asks Hiro about her relationship with Nagi and if she is interested in him. Hiro informs Sachai about her engagement and tells her that she might be a little interested in Nagi. Meanwhile, the two of them are staring and trying to listen to their conversation. After a while, Nagi couldn't hold it anymore and ran towards the two of them and asked them about their conversation. However, they look like best friends and not someone filled with hatred towards each other. Afterward, all four of them are having lunch together. The fellow nerds see Nagi hanging out with three girls and lose their minds. Later, Nagi calls Sachai for food, but she is so busy with her studies that she refuses. He seems worried as Sachai always ends up doing anything she sticks her mind to. However, this time, it might be harder for her due to some other factors. Erika, along with Nagi and Sachai, visits their old home to talk to their parents about her wanting to go to his school. Nagi seems nervous as the school is very expensive and his family might not be able to afford it. Unexpectedly, their parents accept it without batting an eye. The cheapskate seems confused and asks his parents about it. They tell him that all they need to do is sell their shop. Sachai changes her mind after hearing it and decides to go to a cheaper school, but her mom doesn't agree. A deadly fight begins, but luckily, Erika is able to break it off and tells everyone that they still have time to manage and figure out things. As they are leaving, Nagi thanks Erika for helping them out earlier. However, she tells him that it has been her dream to be involved in a family fight. Sachai also comes out and starts walking towards their house. She stops midway and shows her gratitude towards Erika by calling her sister. However, ignores the loner when he tries to talk to her. Erika plans a study camp and invites Sachai as well. She seems very excited to go with them and starts preparing for it. The next day, everyone arrives at Erika's holiday house in Karuizawa. Shin also came along. Apparently, he had heard Erika and Hiro talk about how Sachai wouldn't be able to join them due to her catching a fever. The simp begs Erika to let her join in her place. Everyone is surprised to see such a luxurious house. Erika notices a picture frame and instantly hides it. Meanwhile, Shin asks Nagi about the girl he will be going to after this study camp. He decides on Hiro while Shin decides on Erika, and both of them decide to help each other out. They all are about to start study, but Erika reminds them that they need to shop as there is no food in the house. Shin ends up going with his idol while Nagi and Hiro stay at home. The nerd gets excited about being alone in the house with Hiro. However, Hiro decides to go out and explore instead of studying, and Nagi follows. They both went to take a look at the nearby lake. Nagi asks Hiro the reason she decided to come to the study camp. She replies that the only reason was that he would be present there as well. Meanwhile, Shin and Erika are busy shopping. Erika accidentally drops a box, but Shin manages to catch it and tells Erika that he needs to tell her something. After coming home, Hiro went to take a bath while the loser couldn't divert his mind from Riz thoughts. Suddenly, Erika comes running, and after asking Nagi, she goes to meet Hiro. Shin also came back and told Nagi that he confessed to Erika. Nagi is shocked after hearing about the confession, but is relieved after hearing that all he said was thanks for inviting him to her house. Meanwhile, Erika informs Hiro that she forgot to bring clothes and now is in quite a tight spot. Nagi tells Shin the story about his rejection and how he needs to win 11 times in order to move forward. It is nighttime. Everyone finally starts studying except for Nagi, who is busy acknowledging how good Hiro smells. Shin, who went to the nearby store, returns and tells them about the shrine he found in the forest. The wimp gets scared thinking about it while Hiro tells them that there might be no ghosts. but some shrine workers like her. Afterward, they all decide to do a test of courage and split into 2 teams. Nagi wants to pick Hiro, but before he can say anything, Erika picks Nagi and goes off into the jungle. Erika tells him that there is something she needs to talk about. Meanwhile, Hiro and Shin are left alone, and he tries to help a brother out. He asks her the reason she always wants to rank first, and Hiro replies that she plans to keep ranking first till she graduates. Shin then loses all hope he has for his only friend. Somehow, Hiro knows about Shin's confession and volunteers to help him out. Sachai's mom realized that her fever was getting worse and decided to take her to the hospital, but she requests her mother not to inform Nagi about it. On the other hand, Erika and Nagi are walking through the forest, and along the way, she loses Nagi. However, he emerges crawling from the bushes trying to scare her. Erika screams at him and calls him a creep. She later takes him to a convenience store, and after coming out, Erika informs Nagi that she forgot to bring clothes, and that is the reason she asked to be Naga's partner. After walking for a bit, they finally reach the shrine in the forest. Erika takes a photo and mistakes Nagi for a ghost. They both plan to hide and scare the other 2 when they arrive. While waiting for the other 2, they start talking, and Erika tells Nagi that she is glad that she got to meet him. Nagi tells her that he hopes they stay the same. Erika questions him if he wants to stay engaged to her, which makes the loser stop talking. Erika changes the topic and tells him that she is only messing with him. Meanwhile, Shin Googles the shrine and finds out that it is actually a marriage shrine. They decided to cancel the test of courage. Afterward, they all enjoy barbecue after not studying a single word. Nagi is eating corn, and Hiro asks him if she can eat it as well. The desperate loner realizes that it is an indirect kiss. After doing all the possible activities, all that is left is to study. Luckily, Nagi comes for the clutch and gives the idea of stargazing. Everyone lay down in the grass field, enjoying the bright night sky. Suddenly, Nagi receives a message from his mom, telling him about Sachai's condition. After a while, the 3 of them notice that the loser is gone and nowhere to be found. After hearing the news, the boy with the sister complex decided to run all the way to the train station and went to the hospital that same night. Sachai is angry at him for ditching his friends, but is also glad at the same time. She shows her gratitude for caring about her. Afterward, Nagi is waiting at the doorstep and apologizes to Erika as soon as she steps into the house. Instead of making fun of him, she praises him and walks away. Nagi realizes that he doesn't have any clue about Erika and how she is in her personal life. Meanwhile, Shin and Hiro are riding the train towards their home. After Shin exits the train at his station, Hiro starts thinking about the picture frame she saw and wonders why Erika tried to hide it. In reality, Erika's dad was the one who planted it here, as he had some grand plan in his mind. After coming home, Erika messages her dad and questions him about leaving that frame in the holiday home. Nagi shows up and asks Erika to tell him about the secret she has been hiding, as he is now ready to hear about it. Finally, Erika showed Nagi the picture frame that she had been so desperately hiding for so long. Nagi saw the picture and couldn't believe why he was present in the picture. He asks Erika about it, and she replies that the person in the picture is his big brother. Turns out, this is the person she has been looking for. The day she first met Nagi, Erika thought that he was her big brother, but she later found out who he really was. After listening to her story, the loser makes up his mind to go and find his long-lost brother, but doesn't have a single idea how to. This makes Nagi realize why Erika was always too easy to talk to. It was because she was using him as a replacement for her brother. He prepares the dinner and goes out to meet Erika's father. Sachai is curious about this new brother she heard them talk about and asks Erika about it. Erika tells her a story of their childhood. The 2 of them used to study together, and after her brother was done, he left even though Erika wanted to go together. When she leaves the house, she finds her brother sitting outside waiting for her. After listening to this story, Sachai realizes that he is nothing like she imagined. Erika starts complaining that he is not as good of a brother as she thinks. However, the fact that Erika was so nice and easygoing with Sachai makes her realize that her brother must have treated her well. Meanwhile, Nagi is present with his real dad, and he keeps on showing her childhood pictures of Erika in which he has zero interest. He keeps staring at him while his dad tries his best to hide how uncomfortable he is. After a while, he has enough and asks his dad the main question. However, his dad tells him that he doesn't have a big brother. Nagi keeps on asking him about his brother, but he keeps on saying that he doesn't exist. Later, his dad dodges his questions and asks him about his relationship with Sachai. He also tells Nagi about the time he met Sachai. Meanwhile, Hiro is cleaning the shrine when 2 kids come running and ask her to play with them. The kids brought a dollhouse with a bunch of dolls. She tells them a story about 2 kids getting switched at the time of birth and later getting engaged to solve all the problems. The kids didn't get what she was trying to say. This makes Hiro realize that if Naga's little sister is not blood related, she can get married to him as well. Before Nagi leaves, his father tells him that everything can be fixed if he marries Sachai, and considering she is not his blood-related sister, it is completely possible. Nagi returns home, having no idea what his dad is talking about as he keeps on switching the info. As soon as he reached home, Sachai and Erika came running at him, which transitioned into Nagi taking Erika's picture with a swimsuit. The nerd seems to enjoy taking pictures of her in a swimsuit. Later, Nagi tells Erika that just like he can marry Sachai, Erika can marry his older brother as well. Hearing this statement makes Erika freeze in surprise. The next morning, Nagi is thinking of ideas about searching for their brother. But sadly, each and every single one of them seems to fail as Nagi looks like his brother a lot. Just as he is about to leave school, he gets a message from Hiro asking him to go on another date. The loser screams in excitement, scaring the people around him. After coming home, he asks Sachai if they have a cycle. Sachai replies that there is one present at the shop that mom uses. Sachai asks Nagi the reason he wants to borrow the cycle, and he informs her about the upcoming date. After getting mocked by Sachai, who is enraged after hearing about his date plans, he goes to meet up with Hiro. After meeting up with her, he realizes that he looks like a delivery boy. However, he forgets all his worries after seeing Hiro in her athletic clothes, making his creep mind run wild. Before starting, she asks him a riddle about something that is close and far at the same time. However, Hiro plans to tell him the answer after they reach their destination. After cycling for a while and eating shaved ice on their way, they finally reach their destination. She tells him the answer to that riddle is family. Afterward, Hiro tells him that he looked troubled for the past few days, and that was the reason she invited him so he could clear his mind. On the other hand, Sachai is meeting up with Erika's father again. She is surprised to hear that the room they are meeting in was also used when Erika's father met the Prime Minister. The creep also asks Sachai if she wants to marry Nagi. She returns home and Nagi asks her about his late return. She remembers what Erika's dad told her and goes to her room. Nagi notices that something is wrong, and he starts heading towards Sachai's room to scold her. Just when he is about to scold her, she opens the door, scaring the crap out of the wimp. Later, he ends up going to the convenience store with her. The cheapskate refuses to buy any snacks and keeps on buying everything that is on sale. Unexpectedly, Sachai managed to buy some snacks by hiding them under other stuff. On their way back, Sachai asks him the reason he always tries to save this much money even though both their parents and Erika's parents send them money. However, Nagi rejects the idea of asking for money from Erika and tells Sachai that he will return whatever is left back to their parents. After hearing this, she feels bad and lets the loser eat some of the snacks she bought. This makes Sachai remember the time when their parents were out on Christmas and Nagi made a cake for them. After getting home, Sachai asks Nagi to watch television together, but the geek suggests she study instead of goofing around. She gets pissed and tells him that he never pays her any condition. Sachai also asks him if he will be willing to marry her if that's what she wants. Nagi loses his mind and starts yapping about different things just to find out that Sachai is actually messing around. The report card for the previous exams finally arrived. He opens it and finds out that he managed to climb to the top once again after falling to rank 13. He receives another letter from Hiro and starts having delusions about her accepting his proposal. Afterward, he goes to the rooftop where Hiro is already waiting for him. She congratulates him for taking first place again. Meanwhile, Shin is eavesdropping like a creep. Nagi decides whether it's now or never and asks her to date him once again. But as always, the dimwit gets rejected. However, she also tells him that it would have been better if she was engaged to him rather than someone else. At home, both Erika and Sachai are discussing their results and Nagi keeps on trying to grab their attention. Finally, they hear him out and he tells them that Hiro confessed to him. Both the girls are shocked upon hearing something so unbelievable. Afterward, Erika gives them the idea of spending their summer vacation on a beach. Nagi refuses to go with them as he wants to stay home and study like a no-lifter, but after hearing that Hiro will be joining them, the simp instantly agrees. The next day, they go to buy some stuff for their beach plan. Nagi wants to buy a sunscreen spray, but Erika gives him the idea to buy the cream one as he might get the chance to put it on Hiro. Later, both of them wait for the bus to arrive. Nagi tells his experience of going to the beach with his family while Erika always was alone on his private beach. Finally, the bus arrives, and Erika is surprised to see how cramped it is. She has to sit beside the smelly loser, and centrifugal force keeps on pushing Nagi towards Erika, which enraged her even more. They return home and find out Hiro is already waiting for them. They both freak out after finding out she knows about them living together. The next day, all of them went to the beach. Nagi is acting as if he is reading a book, but in reality, he is busy staring at the girls playing in the ocean. Later, he asks Sachai why she told Hiro about them living together, and she replies that her final term result was not really good. and she needed someone smart to teach her, unlike her good-for-nothing brother. Erika calls Nagi to play volleyball, but he realizes that Hiro might be ignoring him, and he won't be able to put sunscreen on her. Sachi throws the ball at their side and Nagi gets hit in the face, resulting in the nerd getting knocked down. Afterward, he calls Hiro to talk in private. He apologizes for not telling her about anything and keeping it a secret even though they agreed not to keep any secrets anymore. She makes him realize that he had the chance to move away whenever he liked, but he stayed because he enjoyed living with Erika. She walks towards Nagi and plucks some of his hair out. She tells him that he will be cursed if he lies to her anymore. The weirdo somehow gets excited by it. Later, he tells Sachi something he heard from Hiro. He asks Sachi if she has a crush on him. Sachi freaks out and starts beating the hell out of him for saying such creepy things. Sachi finds out that Hiro has told Nagi that his sister likes him. She confronts Hiro about it and asks why she only called Nagi a rival when they first met. Hiro tells her that people's feelings change and that's what happened to her as well. Meanwhile, the weirdo is looking at the ocean. He then decides to take a dip in the jacuzzi. He is enjoying herself and Erika decides to join him as well. Nagi is excited and nervous at the same time. After getting overheated, Nagi tries to get out and Erika screams after seeing that he is totally commando. Nagi thought that Erika was not wearing anything either, but to his disappointment, she was wearing a swimsuit. Afterward, everyone realizes that the house only has 2 rooms and they will have to share them. Sachi tells Nagi to sleep in the living room, but he refuses as the coward is terrified of the spider he saw earlier. Eventually, they decide to choose rooms randomly. Nagi gets to stay with Sachi while Erika and Hiro get to stay in the same room. Erika and Hiro are playing Twister and later enjoy a bubble bath. However, Erika is confused seeing these items in the house, which makes her think that her dad might be secretly enjoying some cultured stuff. Before going to bed, Erika tells Hiro that she is not interested in her engagement, which makes Hiro ask her if she can have Nagi for herself. Shocked, she tries to question Hiro, but she is already asleep. Meanwhile, Nagi is trying to sleep but his thoughts are too strong to let him. The next morning, Erika finally remembers that the games and bubble baths are present in the house because she used to play with them with her brother. Afterward, they try to find whatever they can in the house to give them a few hints about her brother. They end up finding quite a few things, and one of those things was a video game. All of them get excited and try to play that game, but soon notice that someone had played the same game 3 days ago. Nagi realizes that her brother might still be in town and takes Erika to try and find her brother. After running around for a while, Erika starts to give up, but Nagi motivates her and keeps on trying. In the end, they don't manage to even find a clue about him, let alone find him. Erika asks Nagi the reason he is helping her so much, and he replies that person is his brother as well. This makes Erika tell Nagi that she won't be that scared to meet her brother if Nagi is with her. The holiday ended and it is time to head back. The car arrives to pick them up, but unexpectedly. Hiro tells the two of them that she has something to do with Nagi and both of them will be taking the train to return home. Hiro takes him to a shrine and tells him that she is the heir of this shrine. After collecting the shrine stamp, they are on their way back. Meanwhile, Erika tells Sachi about how Hiro confessed feelings for Nagi. Both of them kept on discussing this topic while the driver awkwardly kept driving. Hiro and Nagi realize that the train station is closed due to heavy rain and there won't be any buses coming in. Suddenly, it starts to rain and both of them stay under a shelter, not knowing what to do next. Sachi comes running and tells Erika that Nagi will be spending the night with Hiro. Apparently, they manage to find a hotel to stay the night in. The hotel staff gives him a paper to write the basic information on, but he hesitates, thinking that they might kick them out after realizing that they are high school students. Hiro switches to the bad girl mode and gives the paper back to the lady after writing that they both are 22 years old. After settling in the room, both of them took a shower, and after returning to their rooms, they realized that there was only one futon. The creep knows himself and divides the room, letting Hiro know that he won't be making a move on her. She tells Nagi that he doesn't have to be that considerate. However, he keeps on staring at the wrong spots, making him slowly lose control. After eating dinner, they are playing a word-guessing game. Upon noticing a lizard, Nagi screams like a madman while Hiro takes it upon herself to take care of the lizard. However, she accidentally trips, making Nagi fall on top of her. Nagi tries to maintain that position for as long as he can. Soon after, Hiro tells Nagi that they should be doing something cool and gives him a 1,000 yen bill. He is confused and asks her to elaborate. She tells him that they should have a drink. Nagi freaks out after hearing it and starts scolding Hiro, telling her that he will never allow her to drink at her age. At the same time, he can't stop being a Rizzler and tells Hiro that he likes when she does bad things like this. She understands what he is saying and tells him that she will do just fine with Sake as well. The nerd rejects this idea as well. Suddenly, someone knocks on their hotel door and announces that they are from the police. Both of them think that the inn must have reported them, and Nagi starts having delusions about the kids at school making fun of him and Hiro leaving him forever. He freaks out and tells her that they should jump from the window. However, he is too late, and the door suddenly opens, revealing Sachai and Erika, who are dressed up as police. They witness Hiro and Nagi in the same room. After slapping the creep, they take him home and he sleeps all the way. Sachai is out and goes to check the mailbox. She notices a birthday invite and gets shocked after seeing it. Nagi also has the same reaction, making Erika curious. It was Naga's dad's birthday, and he invited all of them. Their restaurant is converted into a nightclub, and his dad is singing birthday songs on the stage. He later makes them food, which makes Erika confused as to why the birthday boy is making dinner for the others. He also shows them a gift for which he caught the fish and made it himself. Erika realizes how much of a loner he is compared to her dad, who is always surrounded by other people. Later, Erika is looking at their photo album and realizes that Naga's ugly face hasn't changed a bit since childhood. His dad finally brings the cake, which he also made himself. Erika is surprised to see that he only turned 36, whereas her dad is around 57. Seeing his age makes Nagi realize that if both of them got married at 19 and Nagi is 17 right now, it concludes that his parents had a shotgun marriage. Sachai starts making fun of Nagi for being an accident, but later realizes that Erika is the one who is an accident and not her brother. Sachai also finds out that both Erika and Nagi have the same birthday, and it was their birthday that day as well when their families introduced them for the first time. Afterward, his mom arrives and tells the two of them that they don't have to forcefully get married. Turns out, they only agreed to it because they were scared that Nagi would leave them, or they might never get to see their real daughter. The next day, the three of them, including Hiro, are studying for their upcoming tests. Suddenly, Erika falls to the ground. They all take Erika back to her room and realize that she has a severe fever. Both of the girls are pumped to take care of Erika. Nagi thinks that a loser like him will only be a nuisance and goes to his room to study even more. However, their help is kind of based, as Hiro only wants Erika to have a drink as it might help her get better, whereas Sachai wants her to visit the bathhouse, which will help her wash all the fever away. Erika tries to get up and go with them but ends up falling back on the bed. Nagi realizes that these two are just a bunch of failures and cooks her some food. After going to her room, Erika starts eating the food he cooks and tells Nagi that she has been having a lot of fun ever since they started living in this house. Before going to sleep, she asks Nagi how he knows her better than everyone, and Nagi replies that it's because they are engaged. Meanwhile, the two girls are sitting outside her room, eavesdropping. They know that they have to up their game or the spoiled girl might snatch the loser away. Hiro leaves soon after, and Nagi notices the family picture that his dad left at their house. While the two of them are at home, Sachai is enjoying dinner with Erika's father. She tells the old guy what happened today, and he seems glad to have them stay together in that house as their relationship is starting to improve day by day. He then tells Sachai that it is still too early to strip this lifestyle away from them. Thanks for watching till this long, my fellow men of culture. Don't forget to tell us about your favorite waifu from this anime and subscribe to the channel for more content.